Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and ART Junior College. Today we are going to start by our subject history, chapter number 10, that is Cold War. I hope you have listened uh, about this war, Cold War. Now before starting by the chapter, I hope you are having textbook in your hands. Okay. So before starting with the chapter, I would like to tell you about something about Cold War. In short, the gist of the chapter, that what is Cold War. So Cold War is a situation of war being among two or more countries. How does Cold War happens? It happens between two or more countries. Okay, and there is a possibility of war, but in real there will be no war. Means there is no war, but there will be possibility of war. So that situation is called as Cold War. Okay, and there should be two countries, and those countries should be enemy of one each other, and there will be the possibility of war, but in real sense there is no war. So that situation, that's in that scenario, we can say that these two countries are ruling by Cold War. It happened between USA and USSR in the year 1945 to 90. That means in the 45 years of gap, and it referred as Cold War. So means between these two countries, USA and USSR. USA means America, USSR means United States of Soviet Russia. Okay, Russia, America and Russia. This war happened in this two countries, between these two countries, as these two countries were the enemy countries, and the relation between them were negative. So as they are having enemy relations with each other, so the situation, the scenario was of Cold War, that any time there can be war. So that 45 years from 1945 to 1990, so that term period is called as Cold War. Okay, means nobody know what will be happen. Everybody is in the fear that one or the another there will be a war. So that is called as Cold War, where in real sense there is no war is not happening, but war can be happened. So that is called as Cold War. Okay, I hope you are getting it. Now, this, what is the reason of Cold War? So the First World War, as we have discussed in our earlier chapter about the First World War and the Second World War, where India was not having any leading role in the world wars, but then too India was participating in the First World War as well as in the Second World War also. India was having some other participation, only because that Britishers were ruling on us, so they just need our soldiers and our financial help. Okay, so the reason of the Cold War is the First World War had earlier shaken the world war 1914 and 1918. We already seen First World War was started from 1914 and ended in 1918, right? And the Second World War was taken place between the year 1939 and it ended in 1945. So between two groups, World War happened between two groups. We already studied in our earlier chapter. These groups were Allied forces led by US and Soviet Union, Britain and France defeated another group, the Axis power led by Germany, Italy and Japan. US dropped two atomic bombs. Later on, what we have saw that US, that is United States, had dropped two atomic bomb on the city of Japan. Japan, who came later in the fight. Okay, so in the Japanese city, America has dropped the bombs in the two cities of Japan, which were the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hiroshima on 6th August and Nagasaki on 9th of August 1945. This is the end year of the war, later stages. Okay, the name of the bomb was Little Boy and Fat Man. Little Boy was of 10 feet and Fat Man was of 10 feet 8 inch. These were the names of these two bombs. The weight of these bombs were 15,000 and the Fat Man consisted of 21,000 tons. The critics of USA said Japan was about to surrender and that it was unnecessary to drop bombs. US told in favor of it, "We want that this war ended soon and there will be no loss in future." And the main objective behind the attack of USA was want to show USSR that after Second World War, the US only is a superpower country. So this was the main motive of the wars. Okay. So here, according to our chapter, here we are having the introduction part of the Cold War. The definition has been given to us, and our chapter is divided into 6 parts. 10.1 is Cold War definition we have to see. 10.2 we have to see the NATO, ANZUS, CETO, CENTO, Warsaw Pact. This is after the Cold War. Okay. 10.3 is non-aligned movement, that is NAM, India's policy. We've already discussed about this in our earlier chapter. 10.4 is India's anti-colonial policy. Okay. And 10.5 is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC. And 10.6 is Commonwealth. So our chapter has been divided between 2 videos, 2 sessions. In 2 sessions I'm going to complete this chapter. So starting by 10.1, that is Cold War definition. I have already explained you what is Cold War. Okay, so the concept, I hope the concept is clear to you. Okay, so the Cold War is the fight tussle between the capitalist nation and the communist nation. Who were they? America and USSR. For what? For power and for ideological influence, which began after, yes, which began after Second World War, and that act is called as Cold War. Means when the Second World War ended in the year 1945. So after 1945 till 1990, this phase of enemy relation between USA and USSR. USA means United States of America, USSR means United States of Soviet Russia. So between these two countries is called as Cold War. I hope you are getting it what I am trying to explain you. Moving further, what is given? Walter Lippmann, an American political communist, was the first to use the term Cold War. Okay, the concept of Cold War is characterized by the following factors. Some factors have been given to us. Cold War is having no direct war. Cold War means there is no direct war, means that it is a situation where there is no war, but war can happen. So that is called as no direct war. Direct war is not happening as in First World War and in Second World War what happened. Okay. Then second, intense race for armament. Means who is having the superpower, who is having the weapons. Then aggressive political policies, means they are planning certain things against each other. Mutual lack of faith among nations, means they are not having confidence among themselves. Political and economic persuasions, means already we have dealt with we have already dealt with First World War and Second World War, right? So there is political and economic instability, and the last is ideological conflict, that is the related to ideas. So this is the features of Cold War. Now starting by the background of Cold War, already I have explained you, but let's start by the textbook textual in detail, that the aftermath of the Second World War created condition leading to the onset of the Cold War. Okay, or I have already explained you that after 1945 the period is called as Cold War. Okay, especially in the countries of England and France, which lost their primary position in the world politics. During the World War, Russia gained prominence in the Eastern Europe, while America, England and France gained prominence in Western Europe. Thus, Europe was divided in Eastern and Western parts. Means two parts of the Europe was happened. This Eastern Europe nation, under the influence of Soviet Russia, adopted communist ideology, and Western European nation adopted capitalist ideology and democratic system. The situation caused the emergence of Cold War. Already I explained you that from 1945 to 1990, what the relation these two countries were having is called as Cold War. Means people were in fear whether the war will happen or not happen. So that is called as Cold War. Okay. Now the progression of Cold War means the success. What was the success ratio over here? So after the Second World War, in each and every corner of this country, America had a Marshall Plan for post-war reconstruction of Europe. Under this plan, America started providing financial help to this nation. Soviet Russia started encouraging the freedom movement in Asia and Africa. Because of the division of Europe in Eastern Europe and Western Europe, a political tension was created between America and Soviet Russia. Although a direct war between them never took place. Okay, means there were tensions, there were political uh, scenarios, political tension, politically they were having certain tension, but there was no direct war between these two countries. The sense of the looming third world war prevailed at a global level, means there was chances of having third world war, but it was not happen. However, both parties have been mutually avoiding any possibilities of such world war. Now the situation was such that both America and Russia presently appeared to be ready for a war. Tension prevailed on both sides, but actual war did not happen. The situation by and large is referred to as Cold War. Okay, so they were thinking about, but finally they have a mutual agreement between them, and there was no war. And that, by and large, the situation is called as Cold War. Europe, as it was divided after Second World War on the basis of political and economic and military concern. However, the division of Europe leading to the Cold War was mainly based on ideological differences. Right? So after Second World War, the ideological war is started between US and USSR. US supposed that capitalism is better in world, while USSR supposed that socialism is better. Capitalism model allows free market condition and government do not interfere in it, whereas socialism model do not allow free market and it is all under the government. So this thing was there between these two countries. After Second World War, both the country had the nuclear power and a lot of chance generated a full-fledged war. If it would convert it into war, then both sides will be so badly harmed that it will be impossible to declare one side or the other as the winner. So this was a situation that nobody will be the winner when the war took place. So this was the reason that they said calmly. This is called as the logic of deterrence. Okay, so the Cold War did not remain restricted only to Europe, but it spread to Asian continents also. Two major events took place between this first half of the 20th century. They were the Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship and the Korean conflict. This two happened only because that they were knowing that any one of them who will lose. So it is not like that one will win and one will lose. Both will lose in terms of financially also, in terms of politics, in terms of socialism also. Okay, so the Cold War began during the times of Russian Premier Stalin. He was succeeded by Nikita Khrushchev, who understood the destructive nature of nuclear war, brought changes in past Soviet policies and adopted policies based on more realistic outlook. He looked forward to create a peaceful coexistence between Russia and America. His politics could make the meeting possible between him and America President Eisenhower. Okay, so this was the thing that people were there who was trying that there should be no war, but war happened. War was happening as there was little bit conflict was there which cannot be stopped. Now see, here we are having the group, so Soviet Russia group and America group. I hope you are having textbook. You can see in that also. So here the group is East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Albania. Okay. In American group, we can see Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, West Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, United Kingdom. So the ideology of Russian was communist. American ideology is capitalist. Economy over here is governmental ownership. Means Russian were following government ownership, and American economy was private ownership. Russian were having different treaties, Warsaw Pact, Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship 1950, where American were having the treaties, defense treaties, NATO, ANZUS and CETO, CENTO. This we are going to study further also. Okay, so let's see further what happened before starting by this defense treaties. In 1959, the President of America, Mr. Eisenhower, and the Soviet Russian leader Mr. Nikita Khrushchev met at Camp David in America. Over here, what happened? It was the Soviet Russia built the Berlin Wall. This prevented the contact between Western Berlin and Eastern Berlin. This incident resulted in increased tension in Europe. In 1962, Cuba became the center of the tension created by the Cold War because of the deployment of nuclear missile to Cuba by Soviet Russia. Means what happened? Cuba is a small island. Okay, it is a small island nation of the coast of the US, and Fidel Castro, the president of this country. Cuba was an ally of the Soviet Union, that is Russia, and received both diplomatic and financial aid from it. Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet Union, decided to convert Cuba into a Russian base in 1962 and place nuclear missiles in Cuba. Means it hid all the nuclear missile in Cuba. The installation of these weapons put the US under the fire from the close range, and nearly doubled the number of cities in the US could be threatened by the USSR. 3 weeks. How much? 3 weeks after Americans became aware of it, about the missile which are hidden in Cuba. The US President John F. Kennedy was against to do anything that might lead to full-scale nuclear war between two countries. US wanted that USSR remove the missile and nuclear weapon from Cuba. Kennedy ordered American warship to intercept and Soviet ship entering to Cuba as a war of warning the USSR of its seriousness. It is known as Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, I hope you are getting it. What happened? Russia, which was having friendly alliances with Cuba, Russian want that Cuba will to be become as a base, okay, base of Russia, and over where he can hide the missile. So he has hidden all the missile in Cuba. When USA came to know about this thing, they just say, or they just asked to remove all the missiles from Cuban territories. Okay, so this is called as Cuban Missile Crisis. So before this thing, to reduce this tension between the two countries, measures like bilateral agreement was signed. Okay, establishing a Moscow-Washington hotline for instant communication were taken. 1972, American President Richard Nixon and the Premier of Soviet Russia, Leonid Brezhnev, met at Moscow in the American-Soviet Russia summit held in that year at Moscow. It was unanimously agreement put up to a limitation on the number of nuclear missiles. This agreement reduced the tension between the two countries to some extent. In the same year, America officially acknowledged People's Republic of China as a state. The process of relaxing the political tension is referred as detain. Okay. Later, the American president visited China and officially recognized the Communist government of China. Both of them use veto in Security Council of the United Nations on various instances, like supporting friend nations, signing of various military treaties, economic exchanges, trading concessions, granting the status of friend nation. This indirectly promoted the division of the member nation in distinct group. This resulted in highlighting the ideological differences between capitalism and communism, thus creating mutual fear and disbelief. There was lack of any effective system that would clear political misunderstanding. Ultimately, the Cold War remained alive for some time. Okay, so there was misunderstanding between the cities, between two countries, and thus the Cold War remained as usual till 1990. Okay, as we have already studied about. Now this has created to the emergence of two power blocks. As soon as ending the World War II, America and Soviet Union were divided into two blocks. First of all, partition started in Europe, which we have already studied. What was the partition? That Europe has been divided into two: Eastern Europe and Western Europe, right? Eastern Europe to Soviet Union, that is Russia, after Second World War, and Western Europe to America after First World War. Smaller states support the superpowers: protection, weapons, economic aid. Superpower needed support from smaller states: vital resources, that is the important resources, territory to launch weapons, location to spy on, economic support. America made Western Alliance, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is NATO, in April 1949. I hope you are getting what I am trying to explain you. It was the 12 states having objective that armed attack on any one of them in Europe or North America would be regarded as an attack on all of them, and all will win answer together. Soviet Union made Eastern Alliance known as Warsaw Pact in 1955, and its objective was to counter NATO's forces in Europe. In East and South Asia, in the West Asia, the US built an alliance system called SEATO, South Asian Treaty Organization, and CENTO, Central Treaty Organization. The Soviet Union responded close relation with China, North Korea, and Iraq. I hope you are getting out what I am trying to explain you. Now see, the point in your textbook is the decade of detain. Now, America and Russia decided to continue the process of detain. The Paris Conference in 1973 was an attempt of ending the Vietnam War. The peace talks were further in 1975 Helsinki Conference. This conference was attended by representatives of 35 European countries along with the President of America and Premier of Soviet Russia. Now what happened over here? This conference was organized to lessen the strain between Eastern and Western Europe countries. A conference was held at Camp David in 1978 to resolve the strife between Israel and Arabs. Now there is a new country, that is Israel and Arab also over here. This countries, there was a conference between them to solve their strife also. In 1979, there was a revolution in Iran. The last monarch, that is the Shah of Iran, was overthrown by Ayatollah Khomeini, became the super leader of the country. Iran suspended all diplomatic relations with USA and also withdraw from CENTO. In the same year, Russia intervened in Afghanistan and established a socialist government under the leadership of Babrak Karmal. There was an intense competition from developing nuclear weapons and space program between America and Soviet Russia. The field of sport was also subjected to Cold War politics. Means see how much effect the Cold War had happened. Cold War politics. America and Soviet Russia were aware that their policies could inevitably lead to the Third World War. However, both wanted to avoid it. Means third war they want to avoid it. Why? Because they know, means if there will be world war, so nobody will be the winner. Each and every country will be a great loser. Treaties limiting the number of nuclear weapons were signed by both the countries, and the possibility of Third World War was avoided. And this was the reason that they avoided Third World War. Okay. Next is Mikhail Gorbachev era. Now what happened in his, he saw the period uh, of end of the Cold War. When this is the era where we saw the Cold War has been ended. How? So he introduced various important reforms in Soviet Russia. Okay. So what was the important reform? As like perestroika, that is reconstructing, glasnost, that is openness. So this was the thing that he introduced over here through his policies. Okay, he tried to normalize and strengthen the economy and democratize the political system. Means he tried to bring some changes. He decentralized the economic machinery and gave more freedom of expression. Means here people can now express what they want to. However, Soviet Russia disintegrated during this period, as authors, journalists, and intellectuals were given more freedom of expression. But then, too, this period, the process of unification of East and West Germany could not stop the disintegration of its own country. Okay, Soviet Russia disintegrated during this period. After 1991, two new terms were coined in the global history, that was post-Cold War, World War, and post-Soviet Russia World War. Though he has tried much, he has taken his wholehearted effort, but then too he cannot save his own country by disintegration. Here we can have a a table. The independent country that emerged after Soviet Russia's dissolution, as disintegrated Russia disintegrated. Some countries has been became independent. That is Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Moldova, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. Okay, so these were the 15 countries that got independent from Soviet Russia when Soviet Russia has been dissolved. Then now let's start by the aftermath of the Cold War. So over here what happened? Cold War led to intense rivalry between the nations, between the two nations which were the important one. Both US and Soviet Russia, yani America and Russia, had to pay heavily during the period of Cold War. Means already they have suffered in First World War as well as in Second World War, but over here also it has splitted the nation between two distinct groups, right? So it was a priority given to the secret political moves and treaties, absence of priority to the process of disarmament, use of science of producing destructive weapons. The consequences of dissolution of Soviet Russia left USA as the only superpower in the world, and hence the day when Soviet Russia was disintegrated, USA became the only superpower in the world. So now we shall review the treaties and agreement signed by America and Soviet Russia during the period of Cold War. So starting by the second part of the chapter is first is NATO, NATO, NATO. Okay, so this is the agreement that is signed by America, USA and Soviet Russia, that is USSR, during Cold War. So first is NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, in the year 1949. Now here it was an alliance between 29 European countries to protect them from the expansionist policy of Soviet Russia. America had a significant influence in the decision-making process of NATO. Now over here, many countries' name has been given to you. See who are the members of this. It is included. It included Norway, France, Italy, Denmark, Great Britain, America, Netherlands, Portugal, Turkey, West Germany, Greece, Belgium, Canada, Iceland, Luxembourg and Spain. So these were the member countries of NATO. Now few of the important terms included over here in NATO alliance were as follow: an attack on any of the member countries of the alliance would be treated as an attack on all member countries. Okay, all of the member countries will try to maintain peace and security. Any of the mutual issues among the members countries shall be resolved through discussion. This was the alliance terms and condition, that if you have made any attack on any of the one of the member of the country, so it will be considered as you have attacked all the members country of NATO. Okay, and all the member country will see that there will be peace and security, and any mutual issues among the member countries shall be resolved through discussions. So the headquarters of NATO are in Paris. Okay, America had a significant influence in the decision-making process of NATO. As I already said to you, to counter American influential position in NATO, Soviet Russia brought together the communist country in Europe and signed a treaty commonly known as Warsaw Pact. Now, starting by the next one, that is ANZUS Treaty. Now, what happened over here? It was signed by Australia, New Zealand and United States of America for their collective security. It indicated that the Australia and New Zealand, nations of British Commonwealth, did not want England and France to have any upper hand in the matters of their national security. Okay, this nation are in the Pacific Ocean region, hence this treaty is also described as three-way defense pact in the Pacific region. This was the first instance of its kind, two nations in the British Commonwealth. In a way, it indicated that this country did not want England and France to have any upper hand. Okay. This treaty had one more objective: to protect the countries in Pacific Ocean from communist China. Now the next is SEATO, that is Southeast Asia Treaty Organization. Over here the members are England, America, France, Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan, Thailand, and Philippines, which came together and signed a treaty on 8th September 1954 at Philippines, that is Manila, to ensure the collective defense of the countries in South Asia. So it was signed to ensure the collective defense of the country in South Asia. The pact was signed with the main intention of stopping the spread of communism in South Asia. However, there were a number of flaws in the treaty and it was officially dissolved on 30th June 1977. Over here it was decided that if any of the nation included in the pact was attacked, then other nations signing the pact would collectively stand up against it, and in the times of peace they would extend help for the social and economic development of each other. Apart from this thing, they did not have any deep understanding of the problem of the Asian countries. Therefore, the military viability of this treaty was very limited. The headquarters of SEATO was located in Thailand. However, the organization did not have its own military. In 1973, Pakistan withdrew from it. In 1975, France stopped providing monetary help to this organization. Okay, and thus on 30th June 1977, this organization was officially dissolved. Then next is CENTO, that is Central Treaty Organization. CENTO was known earlier as Baghdad Pact or Middle East Treaty Organization, that is MITO. It is a treaty among four nations, namely Turkey, Pakistan, Iran, and England. This treaty was signed on 24th February 1955. Iraq joined later to them. In 1958, what happened in a military coup, the monarchy of Iraq. The monarchy of Iraq was removed from power and the Iraqi Republic was established. Iraqi revolutionaries overthrew the government that favored the Western countries. The new regime opposed Baghdad Pact and Iraq withdrew from it in 1959. With this, the name of the pact was changed to CENTO and its headquarters were moved to Anarka, that is Turkey. It was signed with an intention to put a check on the spread of communism by Soviet Russia. Accepting United Kingdom, rest of the three were in need of economic and technological aid, but America was too involved in many other matters to pay attention on their needs. Hence, the member nations of CENTO were not very satisfied. They wanted to withdraw from the treaty and act independently. Iran and Pakistan withdrew from this treaty and the CENTO became non-operational. Then next is Sino-Soviet Security Pact. Earlier, Soviet Russia had signed a defense treaty with China in 1950. Now, with this new pact, Soviet Russia agreed to provide economic, industrial, technological aid to China. So, it was signed between China and Soviet Russia, in which Soviet Russia agreed to provide China with economic, industrial, and technological aid. Next is Warsaw Pact. To oppose American policy and to strengthen the communist nation, Soviet Russia brought together 7 communist countries in Eastern and Central Europe known as Eastern Bloc and signed a treaty commonly known as Warsaw Pact. Along with Soviet Russia, other countries which included in this pact were Albania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, and Romania, which has signed the treaty. Albania withdrew from it in the year 1968. Remember, Soviet Russia, for signing this treaty pact, had brought 7 other communist countries. Okay, the main intention of this pact was to oppose American policy and to strengthen communist nation. I hope the important points you are marking down. So here I would like to end by the chapter. I hope you people understood it. So till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you so much for listening.